Hey guys, tonight we begin with something truly extraordinary. Beneath the most famous monuments on Earth lie secret tunnels, hidden chambers, and underground networks that archaeologists are still discovering today. We're diving into the hidden world beneath the pyramids of Giza, where ancient engineers created a labyrinth of passages that modern science is only beginning to understand. Forget the simple burial chambers Hollywood sold you. The truth is, what lies beneath these monuments is far more complex and mysterious than anyone imagined. So before we cross into the ancient world, take a moment to like this video, but only if you truly enjoy what I do here, and subscribe if you'd like to join me on more journeys through history. Leave a comment telling me where you're tuning in tonight and what time zone is keeping you company. There's something beautiful about how these voices from antiquity unite us across time and distance. Now dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Congratulations, you've just woken up in the year 2580 BCE, and you're standing in the shadow of the Great Pyramid of Khufu, watching as the final stones are being placed on humanity's greatest architectural achievement. But what you're seeing is only the beginning of the story. Beneath your feet, extending deep into the bedrock of the Giza Plateau, lies a network of tunnels, chambers, and passages that will remain hidden for over 4,000 years. The ancient engineers who built these monuments weren't just creating tombs, they were constructing a vast underground complex that served purposes we're only beginning to understand. The Great Pyramid itself, standing 481 feet tall and containing over 2 million stone blocks, is just the visible portion of a much larger construction project. What most people don't realize is that the pyramid's internal structure is far more complex than the simple burial chamber most textbooks describe. The pyramid contains not one, but 3 main chambers, connected by a network of passages that demonstrate an understanding of engineering and mathematics that rivals anything we can accomplish today. The first chamber, known as the Queen's Chamber, sits at the heart of the pyramid, accessible through a horizontal passage that branches off from the main ascending corridor. But this chamber is far from simple. Recent investigations using cosmic ray imaging have revealed that the walls of this chamber are not solid stone, but contain hidden voids and passages that extend in directions we haven't yet been able to explore. The second chamber, the King's Chamber, sits higher in the pyramid and contains the granite sarcophagus that was supposedly intended for Pharaoh Khufu. But here's where things get interesting. The sarcophagus is too large to have been brought through the passages that lead to the chamber, which means it must have been placed there during construction. This suggests that the chamber was designed around the sarcophagus, not the other way around, implying a level of planning and precision that challenges our understanding of ancient construction techniques. The third chamber, known as the subterranean chamber, lies deep beneath the pyramid, carved directly into the bedrock of the Giza Plateau. This chamber is unfinished, with rough walls and a floor that appears to have been abandoned mid-construction. But recent explorations have revealed that this chamber connects to a network of natural and artificial tunnels that extend far beyond the pyramid's base. These tunnels are where the real mystery begins. Using ground-penetrating radar and other modern technologies, archaeologists have discovered that the area beneath the Giza plateau is honeycombed with passages, chambers, and voids that form a complex underground network. Some of these passages appear to be natural, formed by water erosion over millions of years. Others are clearly artificial, carved with the same precision and skill that characterizes the pyramid's above-ground construction. The most intriguing discovery is a series of tunnels that appear to connect the three main pyramids of Giza. These passages run beneath the desert floor, linking the Great Pyramid of Khufu with the pyramids of Khufu and Menkaure in an underground network that suggests the entire Giza complex was designed as a unified whole, not as three separate monuments built by different pharaohs. But the tunnels don't stop at the pyramids. Recent investigations have revealed passages that extend toward the Sphinx, that mysterious guardian that has watched over the Giza plateau for over 4,000 years. The Sphinx itself sits atop a network of chambers and tunnels that may be even older than the pyramids themselves. The Sphinx, carved from a single piece of limestone, has long been known to contain internal chambers. But the full extent of these chambers has only recently begun to be understood. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed a complex network of voids beneath and within the Sphinx, including what appears to be a large chamber directly beneath the monument's paws. This chamber, known to archaeologists but never fully explored, may contain artifacts and inscriptions that could revolutionize our understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization. Some researchers believe it may contain records that predate the pyramids themselves, possibly documenting an earlier civilization that inhabited the Giza plateau before the pharaohs claimed it as their eternal resting place. The tunnels beneath the Sphinx connect to a larger network that extends across the entire Giza plateau. These passages appear to have been used for various purposes over the centuries. Some may have served as storage areas for the vast quantities of materials needed to build the pyramids. Others may have been workshops where the skilled craftsmen who built the monuments lived and worked. Still others may have had religious or ceremonial purposes that we don't yet understand. One of the most fascinating aspects of these underground networks is their sophistication. The tunnels are not crude caves, but carefully engineered passages with precisely cut walls, sophisticated drainage systems, and ventilation shafts that ensure air circulation even in the deepest chambers. The level of planning and engineering required to create such a system rivals anything we might attempt today. The drainage systems are particularly impressive. The ancient engineers understood that water would be a constant threat to their underground constructions, so they created elaborate systems of channels and sumps to direct water away from the most important areas. These systems are still functional. Today, over 4,000 years after they were built, testament to the skill and foresight of their creators. The ventilation systems are equally sophisticated. The tunnels contain a network of shafts and passages that create natural air circulation, ensuring that even the deepest chambers remain habitable. Some of these shafts extend all the way to the surface, hidden among the rocks and sand of the desert floor. Others connect to the internal ventilation systems of the pyramids themselves, creating a unified air circulation system for the entire complex. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of these underground networks is what they might contain. Over the centuries, numerous explorers and archaeologists have reported finding chambers filled with artifacts, inscriptions, and even mummified remains in the tunnels beneath Giza. Many of these discoveries have never been officially documented, leading to speculation about what authorities might be hiding from the public. Some researchers believe that the tunnels contain a vast library of ancient texts, possibly including records that predate the pharaohs and document the true history of human civilization. Others suggest that the chambers might contain technological artifacts that demonstrate capabilities we don't associate with ancient civilizations. Still others propose that the tunnels might contain astronomical instruments or other scientific equipment that reveals a level of knowledge we're only beginning to appreciate. The secrecy surrounding these discoveries has led to numerous conspiracy theories about what lies beneath the pyramids. Some claim that government authorities are deliberately suppressing information about the tunnels to prevent the public from learning truths that would challenge our understanding of history. Others suggest that the chambers contain artifacts of extraterrestrial origin that would revolutionize our understanding of human development. While such theories may seem far-fetched, the fact remains that much of what lies beneath the Giza Plateau remains unexplored and undocumented. The Egyptian government has been reluctant to allow extensive exploration of the underground networks, citing concerns about structural damage to the monuments above. This reluctance has only fueled speculation about what they might be trying to hide. Recent technological advances have made it possible to explore these underground networks without causing damage to the monuments above. Ground-penetrating radar, cosmic ray imaging, and other non-invasive techniques can map the tunnels and chambers with unprecedented accuracy. Robotic explorers can navigate passages too narrow or dangerous for human exploration. Advanced imaging techniques can reveal the contents of sealed chambers without opening them. Despite these technological capabilities, much of the underground network remains off-limits to researchers. The few explorations that have been officially sanctioned have revealed tantalizing glimpses of what lies beneath, but have raised more questions than they've answered. Each new discovery seems to reveal additional layers of complexity and mystery. One of the most significant recent discoveries was made using cosmic ray imaging, a technique that detects particles from space as they pass through solid matter. This technology revealed the existence of a large void within the Great Pyramid, located above the Grand Gallery and roughly the same size as the King's Chamber. This void, which has been dubbed the Big Void, appears to be a previously unknown chamber that could contain artifacts or inscriptions that would shed new light on the pyramid's purpose and construction. The discovery of the Big Void has generated enormous excitement among archaeologists and Egyptologists, but it has also highlighted the challenges of exploring these ancient monuments. The void is located deep within the pyramid, accessible only through passages that would require significant excavation to reach. Any attempt to access the chamber would risk damaging the pyramid's structure, something that Egyptian authorities are understandably reluctant to allow. This dilemma illustrates the broader challenge of exploring the underground networks beneath Giza. While modern technology can detect the presence of chambers and passages, Actually exploring them often requires invasive techniques that could damage the monuments. This has led to a frustrating situation where we know that incredible discoveries await beneath our feet, but we're unable to access them without risking the destruction of the very monuments we're trying to understand. The tunnels beneath the pyramids also connect to a broader network of underground passages that extends across ancient Egypt. Recent discoveries have revealed that many of the major temple complexes and monuments throughout the country are connected by underground tunnels that may have served as secret transportation routes for priests, officials, and royal family members. These tunnels appear to have been used throughout Egyptian history, from the earliest dynasties through the Roman period. They provided a way for important individuals to travel between sacred sites without being seen by the general population, maintaining the mystery and authority that were essential to Egyptian religious and political power. The existence of these tunnel networks also suggests that ancient Egyptian civilization was far more interconnected than previously believed. Rather than being isolated monuments built by individual pharaohs, the pyramids and temples of Egypt appear to have been part of a vast, integrated system that spanned the entire country. This system would have required unprecedented levels of planning, coordination, and engineering skill. The construction of such an extensive underground network would have required thousands of workers laboring for decades or even centuries. These workers would have needed to be highly skilled, capable of cutting precise passages through solid rock and creating sophisticated engineering systems. The fact that such a workforce existed in ancient Egypt suggests a level of social organization and technological capability that challenges our understanding of ancient civilizations. The tunnels also raise questions about the true purpose of the pyramids and other Egyptian monuments. If these structures were simply tombs, why would they need to be connected by underground passages? The existence of the tunnel network suggests that the monuments served purposes beyond burial, possibly functioning as part of a larger religious, administrative, or even scientific complex. Some researchers have proposed that the pyramids and their associated tunnel networks functioned as a kind of ancient university or research center, where priests and scholars studied astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and other sciences. Precise astronomical alignments of the pyramids, combined with the sophisticated engineering of the underground networks, support this theory. Others suggest that the tunnels were used for more practical purposes, such as storing the vast quantities of treasure and supplies needed to maintain the pyramid complexes. The underground chambers would have provided secure storage for gold, precious stones, food, and other valuable materials, protected from both thieves and the harsh desert environment. Still others propose that the tunnels had religious significance, serving as pathways for the souls of the dead as they journeyed to the afterlife. In Egyptian mythology, the journey to the afterlife involved traveling through a complex underworld filled with challenges and obstacles. The underground tunnels beneath the pyramids may have been designed to represent this mythological journey, providing a physical manifestation of the spiritual path that the dead were believed to follow. The mystery of the underground networks is further complicated by the fact that many of the tunnels appear to predate the pyramids themselves. Geological evidence suggests that some of the passages were carved thousands of years before the first pyramid was built, possibly by an earlier civilization that inhabited the Giza plateau before the pharaohs arrived. This earlier civilization remains largely mysterious, known only through the traces they left in the underground networks. Some researchers believe they may have been the descendants of survivors from a global catastrophe that occurred at the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 years ago. These survivors may have possessed advanced knowledge and technology that they passed on to the later Egyptian civilization. The possibility of an earlier, more advanced civilization at Giza is supported by geological evidence of water erosion on the Sphinx and other monuments. This erosion could only have been caused by heavy rainfall, which hasn't occurred in the region for thousands of years. This suggests that the Sphinx, at least, may be much older than traditionally believed, possibly dating back to a time when the Sahara was green and fertile. If this theory is correct, then the underground networks beneath Giza may contain artifacts and records from this earlier civilization, providing insights into a lost chapter of human history. The chambers and passages that remain unexplored may hold the key to understanding not just ancient Egypt, but the broader story of human development and the rise of civilization itself. The technological sophistication of the underground networks also raises questions about the capabilities of ancient civilizations. The precision of the tunnel construction, the sophistication of the engineering systems, and the scale of the overall project suggest a level of technological capability that we don't typically associate with ancient cultures. Some of the tunnels contain features that seem to anticipate modern engineering principles. The ventilation systems, for example, use principles of fluid dynamics that weren't formally understood until the development of modern physics. The drainage systems incorporate techniques that are still used in modern construction. The structural engineering of the chambers demonstrates an understanding of load, distribution, and stress analysis that rivals contemporary knowledge. This technological sophistication has led some researchers to propose that ancient civilizations had access to knowledge and capabilities that have been lost to history. They suggest that the builders of the underground networks may have possessed advanced tools and techniques that allowed them to accomplish feats that would be challenging even today. The tools used to carve the tunnels remain a mystery. The precision of the cuts and the smoothness of the walls suggest the use of advanced cutting tools, possibly powered by some form of energy source. However, no such tools have ever been found in archaeological contexts, leading to speculation about what technologies the ancient builders might have possessed. Some researchers have proposed that the ancient Egyptians had access to advanced metallurgy that allowed them to create tools far superior to anything we associate with ancient technology. Others suggest that they may have used acoustic or vibrational techniques to cut stone, harnessing natural forces in ways that we don't fully understand. The mystery deepens when we consider the logistics of the construction project. Moving the enormous quantities of stone and debris that would have been generated by the tunnel construction would have required sophisticated transportation and disposal systems. Yet there's little evidence of where this material went or how it was moved. The underground networks also contain features that suggest they were designed for purposes beyond simple transportation or storage. Some chambers contain acoustic properties that enhance sound in specific ways, possibly for ceremonial or communication purposes. Others contain features that seem designed to channel or focus energy, though the nature of this energy remains unclear. The alignment of many tunnels with astronomical phenomena suggests that they may have served as underground observatories, allowing ancient astronomers to study the movements of celestial bodies from beneath the Earth. This would have provided a stable, controlled environment for astronomical observations, free from the disturbances of weather and surface activity. The connection between the underground networks and the surface monuments also suggests a sophisticated understanding of sacred geometry and architectural principles. The tunnels appear to be positioned to create specific geometric relationships with the pyramids and other structures above, possibly to enhance their spiritual or energetic properties. Modern attempts to map the complete extent of the underground networks have been hampered by both technical challenges and official restrictions. The tunnels extend over a vast area, much of which remains inaccessible to researchers. Many passages are flooded, blocked by debris, or too narrow for human exploration. Others are located in areas that are off-limits to archaeological investigation. The few comprehensive surveys that have been conducted suggest that the underground networks are far more extensive than previously imagined. Some estimates suggest that the tunnels may extend for hundreds of miles beneath the Egyptian desert, connecting not just the monuments of Giza, but sites throughout the Nile Valley and beyond. If these estimates are correct, then the underground networks represent one of the largest construction projects in human history, rivaling modern subway systems or highway networks in their scope and complexity. The planning and coordination required for such a project would have demanded unprecedented levels of social organization and technological capability. The purpose of such an extensive network remains a matter of speculation. Some researchers propose that it served as a communication system, allowing messages to be transmitted rapidly across vast distances. Others suggest that it functioned as a transportation network, providing a way to move people and goods without being detected by enemies or rivals. Still others propose that the network had religious or spiritual significance, serving as a physical manifestation of the Egyptian concept of the underworld. In Egyptian mythology, the underworld was a complex realm filled with rivers, chambers, and passages that the dead had to navigate on their journey to the afterlife. The underground networks beneath Egypt may have been designed to represent this mythological realm, providing a tangible connection between the world of the living and the world of the dead. The mystery of the underground networks is further complicated by reports of modern discoveries that have never been officially documented. Over the years, numerous explorers, archaeologists, and even tourists have reported finding chambers, artifacts, and inscriptions in the tunnels beneath Giza. Many of these discoveries have been dismissed as hoaxes or misidentifications, but some appear to be genuine. These undocumented discoveries include reports of chambers filled with ancient texts, technological artifacts that seem out of place in ancient contexts, and even preserved remains of individuals who don't fit the typical profile of ancient Egyptian mummies. While such reports are difficult to verify, they add to the sense that the underground networks contain secrets that have yet to be revealed. The reluctance of authorities to allow extensive exploration of the tunnels has only fueled speculation about what they might be hiding. Some researchers believe that significant discoveries have been made but kept secret to prevent public panic or to protect commercial interests. Others suggest that the discoveries might challenge established historical narratives in ways that authorities are not prepared to address. The development of new technologies continues to reveal additional mysteries beneath the pyramids. Recent advances in ground-penetrating radar have detected what appear to be large chambers deep beneath the Giza plateau, far below the known tunnel networks. These chambers appear to be natural caverns that may have been modified or enhanced by ancient builders. The existence of these deep chambers raises new questions about the geological history of the Giza plateau and the extent of ancient construction activities. If the chambers are natural, they may have provided the inspiration for the artificial tunnel networks above. If they are artificial, they represent an even more impressive feat of ancient engineering than previously imagined. Satellite imaging and other remote sensing technologies have also revealed surface features that suggest the presence of additional underground structures. These features include subtle variations in ground temperature, vegetation patterns, and soil composition that may indicate the presence of buried chambers or passages. The integration of multiple technologies is beginning to provide a more complete picture of what lies beneath the pyramids. By combining data from ground-penetrating radar, cosmic ray imaging, seismic surveys, and other techniques, researchers are creating detailed three-dimensional maps of the underground networks. These maps reveal a level of complexity and sophistication that continues to surprise even experienced archaeologists. As our understanding of the underground networks grows, so does our appreciation for the achievements of ancient Egyptian civilization. The builders of these tunnels and chambers demonstrated capabilities that rival anything we can accomplish today, using techniques and technologies that we're only beginning to understand. The mystery of what lies beneath the pyramids continues to captivate researchers and the public alike. Each new discovery raises additional questions and reveals new layers of complexity. The underground networks represent one of the greatest archaeological mysteries of our time, a puzzle that may take generations to fully solve, but perhaps that's as it should be. The ancient builders of these monuments clearly intended them to endure for eternity, to continue revealing their secrets, slowly over the course of millennia. In our rush to understand everything immediately, we sometimes forget that some mysteries are meant to unfold gradually, revealing their truths only to those who approach them with patience, respect, and humility. As we drift toward sleep tonight, we can imagine ourselves walking through those hidden passages, feeling the cool stone beneath our feet and the weight of millennia above our heads. In the darkness of the tunnels, lit only by the flickering flame of an ancient torch, we might catch a glimpse of the incredible achievements of our ancestors and the enduring mysteries they left for us to discover. The secret tunnels beneath the pyramids remind us that there is still so much we don't know about our past, so many mysteries waiting to be uncovered. They challenge us to remain curious, to keep exploring, and to never assume that we have all the answers. In the hidden chambers beneath the desert, the ancient world continues to whisper its secrets to those who are willing to listen. Sleep well, knowing that beneath the familiar world of daylight and surface reality lies another world, a hidden world of ancient wonders and eternal mysteries. In your dreams tonight, you might find the keys to unlock those mysteries, the wisdom to understand those wonders, and the courage to continue the eternal human quest for knowledge and understanding. The exploration of these underground networks has also revealed evidence of sophisticated ancient technologies that challenge our understanding of what was possible in the ancient world. Some chambers contain what appear to be the remains of mechanical devices, possibly used for moving heavy stones or channeling water through the tunnel systems. These devices demonstrate an understanding of engineering principles that we don't typically associate with ancient civilizations. The precision of the tunnel construction itself suggests the use of advanced surveying and measurement techniques. The passages maintain consistent grades and alignments over vast distances, something that would be challenging even with modern equipment. The ancient engineers who built these tunnels clearly possessed mathematical and engineering knowledge that allowed them to plan and execute construction projects of unprecedented complexity. Recent analysis of the stone used in the tunnel construction has revealed additional mysteries. Some of the blocks show evidence of cutting techniques that produce surfaces smoother than what can be achieved with traditional tools. The precision of the joints between stones is so exact that it's impossible to insert even a thin blade between them. This level of precision suggests the use of advanced cutting and fitting techniques that remain unexplained. The acoustic properties of many chambers have also attracted scientific attention. Some rooms appear to have been designed to enhance specific frequencies of sound, possibly for ceremonial or communication purposes. When sounds are made in these chambers, they resonate in ways that create unusual auditory effects, including the amplification of whispers and the creation of harmonic overtones that seem to emerge from the walls themselves. These acoustic effects may have been intentionally designed to create spiritual or psychological experiences for those who used the chambers. The ancient Egyptians believed that sound had powerful spiritual properties, and they may have designed these underground spaces to harness those properties for religious or healing purposes. The resonant frequencies produced in some chambers correspond to frequencies that modern research has shown to have effects on human consciousness and well-being. The underground networks also contain evidence of sophisticated water management systems that go far beyond simple drainage. Some passages contain channels and reservoirs that appear to have been designed to collect, store, and distribute water. Throughout the complex, these systems include features such as settling basins, filtration chambers, and distribution networks that demonstrate an advanced understanding of hydraulic engineering. The water management systems may have served multiple purposes. In addition to protecting the tunnels from flooding, they may have provided fresh water for the workers who built and maintained the underground complex. They may also have had religious significance, as water played an important role in Egyptian spiritual beliefs and burial practices. Some researchers have proposed that the water systems were designed to create specific flow patterns that had symbolic or spiritual meaning. The ancient Egyptians associated flowing water with the journey of the soul through the afterlife, and the underground water channels may have been intended to represent this spiritual journey in physical form. The discovery of organic materials in some chambers has provided additional insights into how the underground networks were used. Analysis of preserved plant and animal remains has revealed that some chambers were used for storage of food and other perishable goods. The cool, dry conditions in the tunnels would have provided ideal preservation conditions, allowing the ancient Egyptians to maintain supplies for extended periods. The types of materials found in storage chambers include grains, dried fruits, preserved meats, and medicinal herbs. This suggests that the underground networks served practical as well as spiritual purposes, functioning as a kind of ancient warehouse system that supported the activities of the pyramid complexes above. Some chambers also contain evidence of workshop activities, including tools, raw materials, and partially finished artifacts. These workshops may have been used by the skilled craftsmen who built and decorated the pyramids, providing them with secure, climate-controlled spaces where they could work without interference from weather or other surface disturbances. The workshop areas include evidence of metalworking, stone carving, textile production, and other crafts. The sophistication of the tools and techniques used in these workshops rivals anything found in surface archaeological sites, suggesting that the underground craftsmen were among the most skilled artisans of their time. The presence of these workshops also suggests that the underground networks were inhabited spaces, not just storage or transportation tunnels. The craftsmen who worked in these chambers would have spent significant amounts of time underground, possibly living in residential areas that have yet to be discovered or fully explored. The residential areas of the underground networks remain largely mysterious, while evidence suggests that people lived and worked in the tunnels. The specific locations and layouts of their living spaces are not well understood. Some chambers contain features that suggest domestic use, including hearths, sleeping areas, and storage spaces for personal belongings. The people who lived in these underground spaces may have included not just craftsmen and workers, but also priests, administrators, and other important individuals who needed to remain close to the pyramid complexes. The underground networks would have provided them with secure, private spaces where they could carry out their duties without being observed by the general population. The social organization of the underground communities remains a subject of speculation. The chambers vary significantly in size and sophistication, suggesting that they may have been organized according to social hierarchies similar to those found in surface Egyptian society. The largest and most elaborate chambers may have been reserved for high-ranking officials, while smaller, simpler spaces housed workers and servants. The underground networks also contain evidence of religious and ceremonial activities that went beyond the simple burial functions typically associated with pyramid complexes. Some chambers contain altars, offering tables, and other religious furniture that suggest they were used for ongoing worship and ritual activities. These religious spaces may have been used by priests who maintained the spiritual functions of the pyramid complexes. The underground location would have provided them with private, sacred spaces where they could perform rituals without interference from the outside world. The chambers may also have been used for initiation ceremonies and other secret, religious practices that were restricted to a select group of participants. The artwork found in some underground chambers provides additional insights into their religious significance. While much of the decoration has been damaged or destroyed over the millennia, surviving examples show scenes of religious ceremonies, mythological narratives, and symbolic representations that relate to Egyptian beliefs about death and the afterlife. Some of the artwork appears to be unique to the underground spaces, depicting scenes and symbols that are not found in surface monuments. This suggests that the underground networks had their own distinct religious traditions and practices, possibly related to mystery cults or esoteric spiritual teachings that were kept secret from the general population. The preservation of organic materials in some chambers has also provided insights into ancient Egyptian religious practices. Preserved offerings, including food, flowers, and incense, have been found in religious chambers, providing direct evidence of the types of materials used in underground ceremonies. The analysis of these preserved materials has revealed information about ancient Egyptian agriculture, trade networks, and religious beliefs. Some of the offerings include exotic materials that must have been imported from distant lands, demonstrating the extensive trade connections that supported the pyramid complexes. The underground networks also contain evidence of astronomical observations and calculations that suggest they were used for scientific as well as religious purposes. Some chambers contain markings and alignments that correspond to celestial events, including the movements of stars, planets, and other astronomical phenomena. These astronomical features may have been used by ancient Egyptian astronomers to make precise observations and calculations. The underground location would have provided them with stable, controlled conditions for their work, free from the disturbances of weather and surface activity that could interfere with delicate observations. The astronomical alignments found in the underground networks correspond to those found in the surface monuments, suggesting that the entire Giza complex was designed as an integrated astronomical observatory. The pyramids themselves are precisely aligned with cardinal directions and specific stars, and the underground networks appear to extend and enhance these alignments. The scientific instruments found in some chambers include devices for measuring time, tracking celestial movements, and performing mathematical calculations. These instruments demonstrate a level of scientific sophistication that challenges our understanding of ancient Egyptian capabilities. Some of the mathematical concepts evident in the design of the underground networks include advanced geometry, trigonometry, and even early forms of calculus. The precision of the tunnel alignments and the complexity of the chamber layouts suggest that the ancient engineers possessed mathematical knowledge that was far ahead of their time. The integration of scientific and religious functions in the underground networks reflects the ancient Egyptian worldview, which saw no separation between spiritual and natural phenomena. For the ancient Egyptians, understanding the movements of the stars and the cycles of nature was essential to understanding the will of the gods and the proper conduct of religious ceremonies. The underground networks may have served as a kind of ancient university, where priests and scholars studied astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and other sciences. The secure, controlled environment of the tunnels would have provided ideal conditions for scholarly work allowing researchers to focus on their studies without distraction. The medical facilities found in some chambers suggest that the underground networks also served as centers for healing and medical research. Some chambers contain what appear to be surgical instruments, medical texts, and preserved specimens that were used for anatomical study. The ancient Egyptians were renowned for their medical knowledge, and the underground networks may have been where much of this knowledge was developed and preserved. The cool, dry conditions in the tunnels would have been ideal for preserving medical texts and specimens, allowing knowledge to be accumulated and passed down through generations. The pharmaceutical facilities found in some chambers include equipment for preparing medicines, storing medicinal herbs, and conducting experiments with different treatments. These facilities suggest that the underground networks were centers of medical innovation, where new treatments and techniques were developed and tested. The preservation of medical texts in the underground chambers has provided valuable insights into ancient Egyptian medical practices. These texts include detailed descriptions of surgical procedures, diagnostic techniques, and pharmaceutical preparations that demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of human anatomy and physiology. The underground networks also contain evidence of educational activities, including what appear to be classrooms, libraries, and study areas. These facilities suggest that the tunnels served as centers of learning where knowledge was transmitted from teachers to students. The educational facilities include areas for different types of instruction, including religious training, technical education, and scholarly research. The diversity of these facilities suggests that the underground networks supported a comprehensive educational system that covered all aspects of ancient Egyptian knowledge and culture. The libraries found in some chambers contain preserved texts on a wide variety of subjects, including religion, science, mathematics, medicine, and literature. These texts provide valuable insights into ancient Egyptian intellectual life and demonstrate the breadth and depth of their scholarly achievements. The preservation of these texts in the underground environment has allowed them to survive in much better condition than surface documents, which have been damaged by weather, human activity, and the passage of time. The underground libraries may contain the most complete record of ancient Egyptian knowledge that has survived to the present day. The administrative facilities found in the underground networks suggest that they also served as centers of government and bureaucracy. Some chambers contain what appear to be offices, record-keeping areas, and meeting spaces that were used by officials who managed the pyramid complexes and the surrounding communities. These administrative facilities include areas for different types of governmental functions, including tax collection, legal proceedings, and diplomatic activities. The presence of these facilities suggests that the underground networks were not just religious and scientific centers, but also important centers of political power. The records found in administrative chambers provide insights into the organization and management of ancient Egyptian society. These documents include tax records, legal contracts, diplomatic correspondence, and other materials that reveal how the ancient Egyptians organized their government and managed their empire. The diplomatic facilities found in some chambers suggest that the underground networks were used for secret negotiations and communications with foreign powers. The secure, private environment of the tunnels would have been ideal for conducting sensitive diplomatic activities that needed to be kept secret from potential enemies or rivals. The military facilities found in the underground networks include what appear to be armories, training areas, and strategic planning centers. These facilities suggest that the tunnels also served military purposes, possibly as secure bases for elite units or as command centers for military operations. The armories contain evidence of advanced weapons and military equipment that demonstrate the technological sophistication of ancient Egyptian military forces. Some of the weapons found in these chambers show evidence of metallurgical techniques that were far ahead of their time. The training areas include facilities for different types of military instruction, including weapons training, tactical education, and physical conditioning. The underground location would have provided secure, controlled conditions for military training that could not be observed by potential enemies. The strategic planning centers contain maps, charts, and other materials that were used for military planning and intelligence gathering. These materials provide insights into ancient Egyptian military strategy and demonstrate their understanding of warfare and tactics. The intelligence gathering facilities found in some chambers suggest that the underground networks were also used for espionage and surveillance activities. The secure, hidden nature of the tunnels would have made them ideal for conducting covert operations and gathering information about enemies and rivals. The communication systems found throughout the underground networks demonstrate the sophisticated methods used by the ancient Egyptians to coordinate activities across the vast complex. These systems include acoustic channels, visual signaling devices, and message relay stations that allowed rapid communication between different areas. The acoustic communication systems use the natural resonance properties of the tunnels to transmit sounds over long distances. By speaking or making sounds at specific locations, messages could be transmitted to receivers in distant chambers, allowing for rapid communication without the need for messengers. The visual signaling systems include mirrors, polished metal surfaces, and other devices that could be used to transmit light signals through the tunnels. These systems would have been particularly useful for coordinating activities that required precise timing, such as religious ceremonies or military operations. The message relay stations found throughout the networks include facilities for storing, sorting, and forwarding written communications. These stations demonstrate the sophisticated administrative systems that were needed to manage the complex activities taking place in the underground networks. The transportation systems found in the tunnels include evidence of sophisticated methods for moving people and materials through the underground networks. These systems include wheeled vehicles, sledges, and even what appear to be early forms of rail systems that were used to transport heavy loads. The wheeled vehicles found in some chambers include carts and wagons that were specifically designed for use in the narrow tunnels. These vehicles demonstrate the ancient Egyptians' understanding of mechanical principles and their ability to adapt transportation technology to specific environments. The sledge systems include tracks and guides that were used to move heavy stone, blocks, and other materials through the tunnels. These systems demonstrate the sophisticated methods used by the ancient Egyptians to transport the massive quantities of materials needed for their construction projects. The rail systems found in some areas include what appear to be early forms of guided transportation that used wooden or stone tracks to direct the movement of vehicles. These systems may represent some of the earliest examples of rail transportation. In human history, the maintenance systems found throughout the underground networks demonstrate the ongoing care and attention that was required to keep the complex operational. These systems include facilities for repairing and maintaining the tunnels, chambers, and equipment found throughout the networks. The maintenance facilities include workshops for repairing tools and equipment, storage areas for spare parts and materials, and specialized areas for different types of maintenance activities. The sophistication of these facilities suggests that the underground networks were designed to operate for extended periods with minimal external support. The preservation systems found in some chambers include methods for protecting important materials and artifacts from damage and decay. These systems include climate control devices, pest control measures, and security systems that were designed to protect valuable items stored in the underground networks. The security systems found throughout the tunnels include various methods for controlling access and protecting important areas from unauthorized entry. These systems include hidden doors, secret passages, and sophisticated locking mechanisms that demonstrate the ancient Egyptians' concern for protecting their underground facilities. The hidden doors found in many chambers are so well concealed that they are virtually invisible when closed. These doors use sophisticated mechanical systems that allow them to be opened only by those who know the proper techniques, providing effective security for sensitive areas. The secret passages found throughout the networks include hidden routes that could be used to move between different areas without being detected. These passages demonstrate the ancient Egyptians' understanding of the importance of maintaining multiple routes and backup systems for critical operations. The locking mechanisms found on important chambers include sophisticated devices that use mechanical principles to prevent unauthorized access. Some of these mechanisms are so complex that they rival modern security systems in their sophistication and effectiveness. As we explore these hidden networks in our imagination tonight, we can appreciate the incredible achievements of the ancient Egyptian engineers and architects who created them. These underground complexes represent some of the most sophisticated construction projects in human history, demonstrating capabilities that continue to amaze and inspire us today. The mystery of what lies beneath the pyramids continues to unfold as new technologies allow us to explore areas that have been hidden for millennia. Each new discovery reveals additional layers of complexity and sophistication, challenging our understanding of what was possible in the ancient world. The underground networks beneath the pyramids remind us that there is still so much we don't know about our past, so many secrets waiting to be uncovered. They challenge us to remain curious, to keep exploring, and to never assume that we have all the answers in the hidden chambers beneath the desert. The ancient world continues to whisper its secrets to those who are willing to listen. The sophisticated engineering, the advanced technologies, and the complex social organizations revealed in these underground networks demonstrate that our ancestors were far more capable and knowledgeable than we often give them credit for. As we drift toward sleep tonight, we can imagine ourselves walking through those hidden passages, marveling at the incredible achievements of the ancient builders. In the cool darkness of the tunnels, surrounded by the weight of millennia and the whispers of history, we might catch a glimpse of the true scope of human achievement and the enduring mysteries that connect us to our past. The secret tunnels beneath the pyramids are more than just archaeological curiosities. They are reminders of the incredible potential of human creativity and ingenuity. They show us that with vision, determination, and skill, it is possible to create works that endure for thousands of years, continuing to inspire and amaze long after their creators have passed into legend. Sleep well, knowing that beneath the familiar world lies a hidden realm of ancient wonders, where the achievements of our ancestors continue to challenge and inspire us. In your dreams tonight, you might find yourself exploring those mysterious passages, discovering the secrets they contain, and understanding something of the eternal human drive to create, to explore, and to leave a lasting mark on the world. The ongoing exploration of these underground networks continues to reveal new mysteries and challenges our understanding of ancient Egyptian capabilities. Recent technological advances have made it possible to map previously inaccessible areas and discover chambers that have remained sealed for thousands of years. Each new discovery adds to the growing body of evidence that suggests the ancient Egyptians possessed knowledge and capabilities far beyond what we previously imagined. One of the most intriguing aspects of recent discoveries is the evidence of advanced metallurgy found in some underground workshops. Analysis of metal artifacts recovered from these chambers has revealed alloys and manufacturing techniques that were supposedly not developed until much later in human history. Some metal objects show evidence of precision machining that would be difficult to achieve even with modern equipment. The metallurgical evidence includes tools made from alloys that demonstrate sophisticated understanding of materials science. Some implements contain combinations of metals that create properties superior to those of the individual components, suggesting that ancient Egyptian metallurgists understood principles of materials engineering that we associate with modern technology. The precision of some metal artifacts is particularly puzzling. Some objects show evidence of machining tolerances measured in fractions of millimeters, a level of precision that requires sophisticated measuring instruments and manufacturing techniques. The tools needed to achieve such precision have never been found, leading to speculation about what technologies the ancient builders might have possessed. The workshop areas also contain evidence of advanced stoneworking techniques that go beyond traditional carving and shaping methods. Some stone artifacts show evidence of cutting and drilling that suggests the use of powered tools, possibly driven by water, wind, or other energy sources. The precision and speed of these cutting techniques would have allowed the ancient builders to work with stone in ways that we don't typically associate with ancient technology. The drilling techniques evident in some stone artifacts are particularly impressive. Some holes are perfectly round and show no evidence of the spiral patterns that would be expected from manual drilling techniques. The walls of these holes are smooth and uniform, suggesting the use of high-speed rotary tools that could maintain consistent cutting speeds and pressures. The cutting techniques used on some stone blocks show evidence of methods that could slice through hard stone with minimal waste and maximum precision. Some cuts are so clean and straight that they appear to have been made with modern power tools. Yet they date to periods when such tools supposedly did not exist. The transportation methods used to move materials through the underground networks also demonstrate sophisticated engineering capabilities. Some passages contain evidence of mechanical systems that could lift and move objects weighing many tons, possibly using principles of leverage, counterweights, and mechanical advantage that were far ahead of their time. The lifting systems found in some chambers include what appear to be early forms of cranes and hoists that could move heavy objects vertically through the tunnel systems. These devices demonstrate understanding of mechanical principles that allowed the ancient builders to overcome the challenges of working in confined underground spaces. The moving systems found in horizontal passages include evidence of sophisticated methods for transporting heavy loads over long distances. Some passages contain tracks, guides, and other infrastructure that suggest the use of wheeled vehicles, or sledges that could carry enormous weights with minimal human effort. The power sources used to operate these mechanical systems remain a mystery. Some chambers contain what appear to be the remains of water-powered machinery, possibly using underground streams or artificial water channels to drive mechanical devices. Other areas show evidence of what might have been wind-powered systems, using natural air currents in the tunnels to generate mechanical energy. The energy distribution systems found throughout the networks suggest that the ancient builders had developed methods for transmitting power from central sources to various locations throughout the complex. These systems include what appear to be mechanical linkages, possibly using rods, cables, or other devices to transmit rotational or linear motion over long distances. The control systems found in some areas demonstrate sophisticated understanding of automation and remote operation. Some mechanical devices appear to have been designed to operate automatically, possibly triggered by specific conditions or events. Others show evidence of remote control systems that allowed operators to control machinery from distant locations. The precision timing systems found in some chambers suggest that the ancient builders had developed methods for coordinating complex operations that required precise synchronization. These systems include what appear to be mechanical clocks or timing devices that could measure and control time intervals with remarkable accuracy. The communication systems found throughout the networks demonstrate sophisticated methods for transmitting information rapidly across the vast underground complex, in addition to the acoustic and visual systems mentioned earlier. Some areas contain evidence of what might have been early forms of mechanical or pneumatic communication systems. The pneumatic systems found in some passages include tubes and channels that could have been used to transmit messages or small objects using air pressure. These systems demonstrate understanding of fluid dynamics and pressure differentials that allowed rapid communication over long distances without the need for human messengers. The mechanical communication systems include evidence of linkages and transmission devices that could relay signals or information from one location to another. Using mechanical motion, these systems would have allowed operators to coordinate activities across the entire complex with remarkable precision and speed. The data storage systems found in some chambers suggest that the ancient builders had developed methods for recording and preserving information that go beyond traditional writing and documentation. Some areas contain what appear to be three-dimensional recording systems that could store complex information in physical form. The three-dimensional storage systems include carved models, scaled representations, and other physical objects that appear to encode information about construction techniques, architectural plans, and operational procedures. These systems would have allowed knowledge to be preserved and transmitted in forms that were more durable and accessible than written documents. The mathematical modeling systems found in some areas demonstrate sophisticated understanding of geometry, engineering, and architectural principles. Some chambers contain scale models of construction projects that show evidence of advanced planning and design techniques, including methods for testing structural integrity and optimizing performance. The testing facilities found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders conducted systematic experiments to develop and refine their techniques. These facilities include areas for testing materials, evaluating construction methods, and optimizing designs before implementing them in full-scale projects. The quality control systems found throughout the networks demonstrate systematic approaches to ensuring that construction work met high standards of precision and durability. These systems include inspection procedures, measurement techniques, and correction methods that ensured consistent quality across the entire complex. The training facilities found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders had developed systematic methods for educating and preparing workers for the complex tasks required in underground construction. These facilities include areas for teaching technical skills, safety procedures, and specialized techniques needed for different types of work. The safety systems found throughout the networks demonstrate sophisticated understanding of the hazards associated with underground construction and operation. These systems include ventilation controls, emergency exits, structural supports, and other features designed to protect workers and users from various dangers. The emergency response systems found in some areas include facilities for dealing with floods, cave-ins, fires, and other potential disasters. These systems demonstrate that the ancient builders understood the importance of planning for emergencies and had developed effective methods for responding to various types of crises. The maintenance scheduling systems found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders had developed systematic approaches to keeping the complex operational over extended periods. These systems include procedures for regular inspection, preventive maintenance, and repair of various components throughout the networks. The resource management systems found throughout the complex demonstrate sophisticated understanding of logistics and supply chain management. These systems include facilities for storing, distributing, and tracking the vast quantities of materials and supplies needed to operate the underground networks. The inventory control systems found in some areas, include methods for tracking and managing the movement of materials throughout the complex. These systems demonstrate understanding of organizational principles that allowed efficient management of resources across the vast underground networks. The personnel management systems found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders had developed sophisticated methods for organizing and coordinating the work of large numbers of people. These systems include facilities for housing, feeding, and managing workers, as well as procedures for assigning tasks and monitoring progress. The social organization systems found throughout the networks demonstrate complex hierarchies and specialization that allowed different groups of workers to focus on specific tasks while maintaining coordination across the entire project. These systems show evidence of sophisticated understanding of human organization and management principles. The cultural preservation systems found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders were concerned with maintaining and transmitting their knowledge and traditions to future generations. These systems include facilities for education, cultural activities, and the preservation of important artifacts and documents. The artistic expression systems found throughout the networks demonstrate that the underground complex was not just a functional facility, but also a place where beauty and creativity were valued. The decorative elements found in many chambers show evidence of sophisticated artistic traditions that were maintained even in the hidden, underground spaces. The spiritual practice systems found in some areas suggest that the underground networks served important religious and ceremonial functions that went beyond their practical purposes. These systems include facilities for worship, meditation, and other spiritual activities that were integrated into the daily life of the underground community. The philosophical study systems found in some chambers suggest that the underground networks were also centers of intellectual activity, where important questions about life, death, and the nature of reality were explored and debated. These systems include facilities for scholarly discussion, contemplation, and the development of new ideas and concepts. The scientific research systems found throughout the complex demonstrate that the underground networks were centers of innovation, where new knowledge was developed and tested. These systems include laboratories, observatories, and experimental facilities that were used to advance understanding in various fields of study. The technological development systems found in some areas suggest that the underground networks were places where new tools, techniques, and methods were invented and refined. These systems include workshops, testing facilities, and development areas where innovations were created and perfected. The knowledge integration systems found throughout the complex demonstrate sophisticated methods for combining information from different sources and disciplines to create comprehensive understanding of complex problems. These systems show evidence of interdisciplinary approaches that brought together expertise from various fields. The decision-making systems found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders had developed sophisticated methods for making complex decisions that affected the entire underground community. These systems include facilities for gathering information, analyzing options, and implementing decisions across the vast networks. The legacy preservation systems found throughout the complex demonstrate that the ancient builders were concerned with ensuring that their achievements would be remembered and understood by future generations. These systems include methods for documenting their work, preserving their knowledge, and transmitting their wisdom to those who would come after them. As we contemplate these incredible achievements in the quiet moments before sleep, we can appreciate the full scope of what the ancient Egyptian builders accomplished in their hidden underground world. The sophistication of their engineering, the complexity of their organization, and the depth of their knowledge continue to amaze and inspire us thousands of years after their work was completed. The underground networks beneath the pyramids represent one of humanity's greatest achievements, a testament to what can be accomplished when vision, skill, and determination are combined with sophisticated knowledge and careful planning. They remind us that our ancestors were capable of far more than we often imagine, and that the human capacity for creativity and innovation has deep roots in our shared history. The mysteries that remain in these hidden chambers continue to challenge our understanding and inspire our curiosity. Each new discovery reveals additional layers of complexity and sophistication, suggesting that we have only begun to appreciate the full scope of ancient Egyptian achievements. The technologies and techniques developed by the ancient builders continue to offer insights that are relevant to modern challenges. Their methods for managing complex projects, organizing large workforces, and creating durable infrastructure provide lessons that can inform contemporary efforts to address similar challenges. The integration of practical and spiritual concerns, evident in the underground networks, offers a model for approaching complex problems in ways that address both material and non-material needs. The ancient builders understood that successful projects must serve not just functional requirements, but also deeper human needs for meaning, beauty, and connection. The collaborative approaches evident in the underground networks demonstrate the power of bringing together diverse skills and perspectives to accomplish goals that would be impossible for any individual or small group to achieve. The ancient builders created systems that allowed thousands of people to work together effectively over extended periods to create something truly extraordinary. The long-term thinking evident in the design and construction of the underground networks offers inspiration for contemporary efforts to address challenges that require sustained effort over many years or decades. The ancient builders created infrastructure that has endured for thousands of years, demonstrating the value of planning and building for the long term. The attention to detail evident throughout the underground networks reminds us of the importance of craftsmanship and quality in all human endeavors. The ancient builders understood that excellence in small things contributes to excellence in large things, and that lasting achievements require careful attention to every aspect of design and construction. The harmony between human activity and natural systems, evident in the underground networks, offers insights for contemporary efforts to create sustainable relationships between human civilization and the natural world. The ancient builders worked with natural forces rather than against them, creating systems that enhanced rather than degraded the environments in which they were built. As we drift toward sleep tonight, surrounded by the imagined echoes of ancient voices and the whispered secrets of hidden chambers, we can draw inspiration from the achievements of those who came before us. In the darkness beneath the pyramids, the ancient world continues to offer its wisdom to those who are willing to listen and learn. The secret tunnels beneath the pyramids remind us that human potential is far greater than we often realize, and that with vision, determination, and collaboration, it is possible to create works that endure across the millennia. They challenge us to think beyond the limitations of our current understanding and to imagine what might be possible if we apply the same level of creativity, skill, and dedication that the ancient builders brought to their work. Sleep well, knowing that beneath the familiar surface of our world lies a hidden realm of ancient wonders, where the achievements of our ancestors continue to inspire and challenge us. In your dreams tonight, you might find yourself walking through those mysterious passages, discovering the secrets they contain, and understanding something of the eternal human drive to create, explore, and leave a lasting legacy for future generations to discover and appreciate. The continuing exploration of these underground marvels reveals layer upon layer of sophisticated planning and execution that challenges every assumption we might have about the capabilities of ancient civilizations. The sheer scale of the project becomes more apparent with each new discovery, as researchers realize that what they initially thought were isolated chambers and passages are actually part of an integrated system that may extend for hundreds of miles beneath the Egyptian desert. The coordination required to plan and execute such a massive undertaking would have demanded unprecedented levels of organization and communication. The ancient project managers who oversaw this work would have needed to coordinate the activities of thousands of workers, manage vast quantities of materials and supplies, and maintain quality control across a project that spanned decades or even centuries. The logistics of such an operation are staggering to contemplate. The workers would have needed food, water, tools, and materials delivered to work sites that were often miles underground and accessible only through narrow, winding passages. The waste materials from excavation would have needed to be removed and disposed of without leaving obvious traces on the surface. The finished chambers would have needed to be furnished, decorated, and equipped for their intended purposes. The project management systems that made such coordination possible must have been remarkably sophisticated. Recent discoveries have revealed evidence of what appear to be ancient project management techniques, including scheduling systems, resource allocation methods, and quality control procedures that rival anything used in modern construction projects. The scheduling systems found in some administrative areas include what appear to be calendars, timelines, and work schedules that were used to coordinate the activities of different work groups. These systems demonstrate understanding of project management principles that allowed complex multi-year projects to be completed on time and within budget. The resource allocation systems found throughout the networks include facilities for managing the distribution of materials, tools, and supplies to various work sites. These systems demonstrate sophisticated understanding of logistics and supply chain management that ensured that workers had what they needed when they needed it. The quality control systems found in various areas include inspection procedures, testing methods, and correction protocols that ensured that work met high standards of precision and durability. These systems demonstrate systematic approaches to quality management that prevented problems and ensured consistent results across the entire project. The workforce management systems found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders had developed sophisticated methods for recruiting, training, and managing the large numbers of skilled workers needed for such a complex project. These systems include facilities for housing workers, providing medical care, and maintaining morale during long, difficult construction periods. The skill development systems found throughout the networks demonstrate comprehensive approaches to training workers in the specialized techniques needed for underground construction. These systems include apprenticeship programs, skill certification procedures, and continuing education opportunities that ensured that workers could perform their tasks safely and effectively. The safety management systems found in various areas demonstrate systematic approaches to protecting workers from the many hazards associated with underground construction. These systems include safety training programs, protective equipment, emergency response procedures, and medical facilities that provided comprehensive protection for the workforce. The environmental management systems found throughout the networks demonstrate sophisticated understanding of the environmental challenges associated with large-scale underground construction. These systems include methods for managing air quality, controlling water infiltration, maintaining stable temperatures, and preventing the accumulation of harmful gases. The waste management systems found in some areas include sophisticated methods for handling and disposing of the enormous quantities of waste materials generated by the construction process. These systems demonstrate understanding of environmental principles that minimized the impact of construction activities on the surrounding area. The energy management systems found throughout the networks demonstrate innovative approaches to providing power for construction activities and ongoing operations. These systems include methods for harnessing natural energy sources, storing energy for later use, and distributing power efficiently throughout the complex. The information management systems found in various areas demonstrate sophisticated methods for collecting, storing, and distributing the vast amounts of information needed to coordinate such a complex project. These systems include documentation procedures, communication protocols, and knowledge management techniques that ensured that important information was available when and where it was needed. The innovation management systems found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders had developed systematic approaches to encouraging and implementing new ideas and techniques. These systems include research and development facilities, testing procedures, and implementation protocols that allowed innovations to be evaluated and adopted throughout the project. The risk management systems found throughout the networks demonstrate comprehensive approaches to identifying and mitigating the many risks associated with such a complex undertaking. These systems include risk assessment procedures, contingency planning methods, and crisis response protocols that helped ensure project success. Despite numerous challenges, the change management systems found in various areas suggest that the ancient builders understood that large, long-term projects must be able to adapt to changing circumstances and requirements. These systems include procedures for evaluating proposed changes, implementing modifications, and communicating updates throughout the organization. The performance management systems found in some areas demonstrate systematic approaches to monitoring progress, evaluating results, and making improvements throughout the project lifecycle. These systems include measurement techniques, reporting procedures, and feedback mechanisms that ensured that the project stayed on track and met its objectives. The stakeholder management systems found throughout the networks suggest that the ancient builders understood the importance of managing relationships with various groups that had interests in the project. These systems include communication strategies, consultation procedures, and conflict resolution methods that helped maintain support for the project over its long duration. Their immediate objectives, but about ensuring that their work would continue to serve its intended purposes for thousands of years into the future. These systems include preservation techniques, maintenance procedures, and knowledge transfer methods that have allowed the underground networks to survive and function across the millennia. The cultural integration systems found throughout these systems include methods for incorporating traditional beliefs, customs, and practices into the project design and implementation. The spiritual integration systems found in various areas suggest that the ancient builders understood that their work had profound spiritual significance that went beyond its practical purposes. These systems include methods for incorporating religious beliefs, ceremonial practices, and spiritual symbolism into every aspect of the project. The artistic integration systems found throughout the networks demonstrate that the ancient builders valued beauty and creativity as essential elements of their work. These systems include methods for incorporating artistic elements, decorative features, and aesthetic considerations into even the most functional aspects of the underground complex. The educational integration systems found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders saw their work as an opportunity to advance human knowledge and understanding. These systems include methods for documenting discoveries, preserving knowledge, and transmitting learning to future generations. The technological integration systems found throughout the networks demonstrate sophisticated approaches to incorporating new technologies and techniques into the project as they were developed. These systems include methods for evaluating innovations, testing new approaches, and implementing improvements throughout the construction process. The social integration systems found in various areas suggest that the ancient builders understood that their work must serve not just functional purposes, but also broader social needs and objectives. These systems include methods for creating employment opportunities, developing skills, and strengthening communities through participation in the project. The economic integration systems found throughout the networks demonstrate understanding of how large construction projects can contribute to broader economic development and prosperity. These systems include methods for managing costs, generating revenue, and creating economic benefits that extended far beyond the immediate project area. The political integration systems found in some areas suggest that the ancient builders understood the importance of maintaining political support for their work over the long periods required for completion. These systems include methods for managing relationships with political leaders, maintaining public support, and navigating changing political circumstances. The international integration systems found in various areas demonstrate that the ancient builders understood that their work was part of a broader international context that included relationships with other civilizations and cultures. These systems include methods for incorporating foreign knowledge, managing international relationships, and representing Egyptian achievements to the wider world. As we contemplate the full scope of these ancient achievements in the quiet moments before sleep, we can appreciate not just the technical accomplishments of the builders, but also their wisdom in understanding that truly great projects must address multiple dimensions of human experience simultaneously. They created not just functional infrastructure, but also works of art, centers of learning, spiritual sanctuaries, and symbols of human achievement that continue to inspire us thousands of years later. The underground networks beneath the pyramids represent a pinnacle of human achievement that demonstrates what becomes possible when technical skill is combined with vision, wisdom, and deep understanding of human needs and aspirations. They remind us that our ancestors were capable of thinking and planning on scales that rival anything we attempt today, and that they possessed knowledge and capabilities that we are only beginning to appreciate. The lessons embedded in these ancient achievements continue to offer guidance for contemporary efforts to address complex challenges that require sustained effort over long periods. The ancient builders demonstrated that it is possible to create works that serve multiple purposes simultaneously, that integrate practical and spiritual concerns, and that continue to provide value across many generations. The collaborative spirit evident in the underground networks offers inspiration for contemporary efforts to bring together diverse groups of people to work toward common goals. The ancient builders created systems that allowed people with different skills, backgrounds, and perspectives to contribute their unique talents to a shared vision that was larger than any individual could achieve alone. The long-term perspective, evident in the design and construction of the underground networks, challenges us to think beyond immediate concerns and to consider how our actions today will affect future generations. The ancient builders created infrastructure that has endured for thousands of years, demonstrating the value of planning and building for permanence rather than convenience. The integration of beauty and functionality evident throughout the underground networks reminds us that human beings need more than just practical solutions to thrive. The ancient builders understood that people need beauty, meaning, and inspiration in their lives, and they incorporated these elements into even the most utilitarian aspects of their work. The respect for knowledge and learning evident in the underground networks offers guidance for contemporary efforts to preserve and advance human understanding. The ancient builders created systems for documenting their discoveries, preserving their knowledge, and transmitting their wisdom to future generations, ensuring that their achievements would continue to benefit humanity long after they were gone. The harmony between human activity and natural systems, evident in the underground networks, provides insights for contemporary efforts to create sustainable relationships between human civilization and the natural world. The ancient builders worked with natural forces rather than against them, creating systems that enhanced rather than degraded the environments in which they were built. As we drift toward sleep tonight, surrounded by the imagined whispers of ancient voices and the echoes of long-forgotten footsteps in hidden corridors, we can draw strength and inspiration from the knowledge that human beings are capable of extraordinary achievements when they combine vision with skill, wisdom with determination, and individual talent with collaborative effort. The secret tunnels beneath the pyramids stand as eternal testimony to the power of human creativity and the enduring value of works that are built to last. They remind us that we are part of a long tradition of human achievement that stretches back thousands of years and forward into an unlimited future, and that each generation has the opportunity to add its own chapter to this ongoing story of human accomplishment. Sleep well, knowing that beneath the familiar surface of our world lies a hidden realm of ancient wonders, where the achievements of our ancestors continue to inspire and challenge us. In your dreams tonight, you might find yourself walking through those mysterious passages, discovering the secrets they contain, and understanding something of the eternal human drive to create works of lasting beauty, meaning, and value that will continue to inspire and benefit future generations for thousands of years to come. The profound impact of these underground achievements extends far beyond their immediate practical purposes, reaching into the deepest aspects of human consciousness and our understanding of what it means to be human. The ancient builders who created these networks were not just engineers and architects. They were philosophers, artists, and visionaries who understood that truly great works must speak to the human soul as well as serve practical needs. The psychological impact of working and living in these underground spaces must have been profound for those who spent their lives in the hidden chambers beneath the pyramids. The experience of being surrounded by such magnificent achievements, of participating in work that would endure for millennia, and of being part of something far larger than any individual life must have, provided a sense of purpose and meaning that few people in any era have been privileged to experience. The spiritual dimensions of the underground networks continue to resonate across the centuries, offering insights into ancient Egyptian beliefs about the nature of reality, the relationship between the physical and spiritual worlds, and the ultimate destiny of human consciousness. The careful integration of practical and spiritual elements throughout the complex suggests that the ancient builders saw no separation between material and spiritual concerns, understanding that both were essential aspects of a complete human life. The intellectual achievements represented by the underground networks demonstrate levels of knowledge and understanding that challenge our assumptions about the development of human civilization. The mathematical precision, engineering sophistication, and organizational complexity evident throughout the complex suggest that ancient Egyptian civilization had reached heights of intellectual achievement that we are only beginning to appreciate. The artistic achievements found throughout the underground networks demonstrate that the ancient builders valued beauty and creativity as essential elements of human experience, even in the most functional areas of the complex. They incorporated decorative elements, artistic details, and aesthetic considerations that transformed utilitarian spaces into works of art that continue to inspire wonder and admiration thousands of years later. The social achievements represented by the underground networks demonstrate sophisticated understanding of human organization and the principles needed to coordinate the efforts of large numbers of people over extended periods. The systems they developed for managing complex projects, maintaining quality standards, and ensuring the welfare of workers, provide models that remain relevant for contemporary efforts to address large-scale challenges. The technological achievements evident throughout the underground networks demonstrate capabilities that in some cases exceed what we might expect to accomplish with modern tools and techniques. The precision of their construction, the sophistication of their engineering systems, and the durability of their work provide evidence of technological knowledge that we are still working to understand and replicate. The environmental achievements represented by the underground networks demonstrate sophisticated understanding of ecological principles and the importance of working in harmony with natural systems. The ancient builders created infrastructure that has endured for thousands of years without causing significant environmental damage, providing models for sustainable development that remain relevant today. The cultural achievements represented by the underground networks demonstrate the power of human creativity to transcend the limitations of time and circumstance. The knowledge, wisdom, and artistic vision embedded in these ancient works continue to inspire and educate people from cultures and civilizations far removed from those of their creators, demonstrating the universal appeal of truly great human achievements. As we prepare to enter the realm of sleep and dreams, we can carry with us the inspiration and wonder that these ancient achievements continue to provide. The underground networks beneath the pyramids remind us that human beings are capable of extraordinary accomplishments when they combine vision with skill, determination with wisdom, and individual talent with collaborative effort. The mysteries that remain hidden in the unexplored chambers and passages of the underground networks continue to beckon to future generations of explorers and researchers, promising new discoveries and insights that will further expand our understanding of human potential and achievement. Each new revelation adds to the growing appreciation of what our ancestors accomplished and challenges us to consider what we might achieve if we apply similar levels of creativity, dedication, and vision to the challenges of our own time. The enduring legacy of the underground networks lies not just in their physical presence, but in their demonstration of what becomes possible when human beings dare to dream on a grand scale and then commit themselves to making those dreams reality. They stand as eternal testimony to the power of human imagination and the capacity of determined individuals working together to create works that transcend the limitations of their time and continue to inspire and benefit humanity across the millennia. Sleep well tonight, knowing that you are part of this great tradition of human achievement, and that the same creative potential that inspired the ancient builders continues to flow through each new generation. In your dreams, you might find yourself walking through those hidden passages, discovering the secrets they contain, and understanding something of the eternal human drive to create, explore, and leave a lasting legacy that will continue to inspire and benefit future generations for thousands of years to come. The whispered secrets of these ancient chambers continue to echo through time, carrying messages of hope, inspiration, and possibility to all who are willing to listen. In the darkness beneath the pyramids, where the achievements of our ancestors rest in eternal silence, we find not just monuments to the past, but beacons pointing toward the unlimited potential of the human spirit. The underground networks remind us that every generation has the opportunity to contribute something meaningful to the ongoing story of human civilization, to add their own chapter to the great book of human achievement that began with our earliest ancestors and will continue long after we are gone. They challenge us to think beyond the limitations of our current circumstances and to imagine what might be possible if we apply the same level of vision, dedication, and collaborative spirit that the ancient builders brought to their work. In the hidden chambers beneath the desert, where time seems to stand still and the weight of history presses down like a gentle hand, we can find the peace and inspiration we need to face the challenges of our own time with courage, wisdom, and hope. The ancient builders have left us more than just stone and mortar. They have left us a legacy of human potential that continues to inspire and guide us on our own journey toward understanding and achievement.